Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. My name is Kranad and today we're going to talk about what I've learned from Robben Ford's no talking videos. Robben Ford is one of the forefathers of playing blues in a jazzy or outside the box context. If you don't recognize his name, I highly recommend you go check him out on YouTube or on any social media. He has a lot of videos online. Before we continue, if you want to support the channel, the best thing you can do is subscribe to the channel and leave a like to the video because that really helps a lot with the algorithm and all that. As you might know, I'm a strong advocate of developing your own voice on the guitar while taking inspiration from your heroes. In this video, I'm not going to focus on sounding exactly like Robben Ford because frankly, only Robben Ford can sound like himself because we all have our unique touch on the guitar. And in my opinion, that's what makes the guitar great. But what we can do is we can study his approach and take inspiration by the way that he plays guitar. In his no talking videos that he uploads on YouTube, he puts his rhythm chops on full display. Well, in my opinion, rhythm guitar is very important, and it actually can be fun to play rhythm guitar. I know that leads and noodling all over the fretboard seems fun, but if you can get yourself in a tight groove with a cool chord progression, I can guarantee that you're going to play for hours. With that being said, it doesn't mean that the chord progression has to be really complicated for it to sound good and for it to sound cool. So without further ado, let's break down what I played in the beginning. So I start off by playing this chord right here. Now I'm not a theory kind of guy, but I truly believe that in this case, if you want to build some interesting chord progressions or if you want to create something new, music theory is a very, very helpful tool for you. So it's not your enemy, it's your friend, and you would need that at that moment. But me, myself, I don't tend to rely on music theory when I play guitar, but definitely when I'm trying to build new chord progressions and try new ideas, I tend to switch my theory brain for a little bit, even though my theory knowledge is totally minimal. I mean, there's artists out there that approach music in very strange ways and very different ways. And the end result is they come up with music, with interesting music. So in my opinion, there's no right or wrong when it comes to music. So in this context, I see this chord fairly simple. I see a C major with an F on top. So that might be totally different to what I'm saying, but this is the way that I see it. This is the way that I use it. And it just makes sense to me this way. Now you can do the same thing here. So F with a C major triad. Now one similarity that you see with all the chords that I chose for this chord progression is that they give me this sort of framework where I can use simple licks to go to the other chord. For example, I have this box right here where I can do some licks and just go to another chord. For example, like this. And go to that A minor 7 chord. Again, F over C to A minor 7, which is a very beautiful chord. It's simple, but you can rely on that. And from here you can go anywhere you want, but I chose to go to the G major chord with the E and B string ringing out. So since we're in the key of C major, the E and B string makes sense all over the place. So in relation with the G chord, the E is the 13th note and the B is just the major 3rd note. So I do that twice, and after that I take a detour to this chord right here, which is some form of a D minor 7 add 9. So it's just a Hendrix chord without the sharp 9, and then you find the major 3rd. This is the major 3rd, and then you just flatten it out to a minor 3rd, and it sounds like this. Now from that, I'm going to go to a simple C major chord where I can introduce these double stops that Jimi Hendrix was known for. And that will lead me to the G major at 13. And in the end, I top it all off with this lush minor chord that I don't know the name of. I think it's an A minor add 9, but it sounds like this. So those were the chords that I chose. And what tied it all up together for me was the groove and the rhythm that I found. So I was very comfortable with it. I was grooving as much as I could. and I was trying to keep time as much as I could because I was not using a metronome, and I really recommend using a metronome, but there's also this inner metronome that I'm trying to develop, so that's why I tend to practice without a metronome sometimes. But to summarize, find a good chord progression, try to use a groove that makes you feel good, and play as much as you can. And if it doesn't feel good, change things up. Change the chord progression, change the voicing, change your right hand, and just play what you feel comfortable and what feels good to your ears. Another great tip that I can give you guys is to learn as many chord shapes, as many chord voicings as you can learn. I mean, the foundation of music is in chords, and without chords, it just doesn't make sense. So it's very fun to know a different kind of chord and not just play the same thing all over again. Even though sometimes the most simple chord voicing is the most useful, but it won't hurt to know like another variation of it. Alright guys, that will be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you feel like you got something out of the video, please do consider to subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment. I mean, I read every comment that's on my channel, and those nice comments that you guys leave are what keep me going. I feel like I have a lot to share with the community, so if you want to support my journey and if you want to be a part of my journey, subscribe, like, and leave a comment. That's the best support you can give me. Thank you very much for your time, and have a good one. Bye-bye.